about what is a reversible pulpitis. Coming to irreversible pulpitis, in reversible pulpitis, you all know that only the pain will come down on removal of the noxious stimuli. But coming to irreversible pulpitis, even after removal of the noxious stimuli, the pain still continues to persist. Hence, it is a persistent inflammatory condition of the pulp which is symptomatic or asymptomatic caused by a noxious stimuli. The major symptom that is observed in irreversible pulpitis, pain on even removal of the stimuli and also pain on lying down. Clinical condition, this is a clinical condition which is associated with the subjective and objective finding indicating presence of severe inflammation in the pulp. The pulpal inflammation which will not resolve on the removal of the stimuli. Irreversible pulpitis mainly can be acute or chronic. It can be symptomatic or asymptomatic. It might be severely responding to hot or it might be severely responding to cold. It might be a lingering pain or throbbing pain which continues throughout the day, which may not subside even on removal of the stimuli. The main symptom of irreversible pulpitis is the presence of pain at night. That is mainly because of the increased pulpal pressure in an inflamed pulp. What happens is when the patient lies down, because there is already increased pulpal pressure in the tooth, on lying down the blood flow also increases and therefore the volume of the pulp increases, hence the pressure. Therefore, this is a main indication for irreversible pulpitis. The histopathology has shown in this slide, it says the chronic and acute inflammatory features are observed in the pulp. That is congestion of postcapillary venules, affected pulpal circulation, sometimes also presence of necrosis. PMNs are present, acute inflammation, that indicates acute inflammation, lysosomal enzymes, cellular debris of PMNs, that is basically pus formation. The symptomatic irreversible pulpitis clinically is usually diagnosed by the type of symptom the patient addresses, that is mainly pain on intake of hot food, continuous pain even after removal of the stimuli, lingering thermal pain, spontaneous pain, referred pain and basically a pain on lying down. Also, irreversible pulpitis can be asymptomatic. That happens when continuous pain is present for years or months. Later it subsides, but it's always on excavation, the patient will always have pain in the center of the tooth, basically because of the C fibers. A clinical diagnosis based on subjective and objective finding indicating that a vital inflamed pulp is incapable of healing. Additional description is that no clinical symptom might be present when the patient addresses to you, but inflammation will be present only when you excavate or when you check for any canals that is patent. You can see that the patient will have some sort of pain, but clinically it is a deep decay which would have had a severe pain few months before. So the treatment is definitely only root canal therapy for both the conditions. The diagnosis, as you see in the picture, these tooth will be observed as grey scum-like layer and presence of exposed dentine, order of decomposition, probing painful will be there, also hemorrhage will be there, deeper areas of the pulp can be probed, drop of pus also can be seen while probing. So diagnosis is basically clinical diagnosis and also the symptoms are sufficient to decide, but radiograph also it helps identifying proper suspected teeth, also advancement of the disease, that is to check whether there is PDL involvement, thickening of the periodontal ligament, and mobility, percussion, palpation also helps us understand in what state the disease is, and thermal tests also can be done. Treatment and prognosis for irreversible pulpitis is mainly pulpectomy. Only in emergency cases to relieve pain, pulpotomy can be done, and surgical removal if in case the decay extends up to the focal area and also even the periapical lesions are too huge, advancement of the disease can be seen, then it cannot be restored, it's better for surgical removal. If it is a favorable prognosis, then it can go for a root canal therapy with a proper post-endodontic restoration. Thank you.